So let's start the timer again. You know what? We were in the wrong costume. That's what was wrong. Watch, I'm not going to get a power-up drop until halfway through the stage this time. And I'm actually, just for extra safety here, I'm going to go ahead and... Oops, that's not extra safe. I'm just going to go ahead and grab this roast beef. Take an extra 20 seconds. Because I was on precariously low health last time. And I always do that. Go the wrong direction. And back to spooky skeletons. But yeah, at nighttime on hard mode with the low power whip, skeletons actually have a lot of HP. Alright, we got one power up. That's all we can really ask for. I mean, you can get two there, but you gotta be pretty damn lucky. Okay, keep running, boy. Come on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, why'd you target the skeleton, man? We were gonna interrupt the attack. 5. That's why I count them out, so I know when the interrupt's gonna happen. Which only happens on the strike that actually does damage. 1, 2, 3. Give me Jewel. Come on. Give me Jewel. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, we got a real early power up this time, which is great. He's going into his final position now. May as well pick up the gold. 1, 2, 3. He's done. And heading for the moon card. Hang on. Oh, come on. Where is it? And slow down, because I was screwing around with my phone. Skeletons being spawned in off screen can cause annoying slowdown here. It's the same as the spider women in the tunnel stage. So I actually am gonna actually let's test the test his nighttime health this time with the were-tiger. What was it like? I'll have to watch the replay. I think it was like 7 hits for daytime. One, 2. Oh, come on. 3, 4, 5. Well, it can have been 7, and I think he may have had either he had daytime HP or it doesn't matter for this enemy. Or it's that old chestnut of it being based on the actual time of day, not a binary flag that is set at 6 a.m. So I'm not going to go out of the way for that roast chicken this time because I've got the beef if I need it. Honestly, I think it's quicker to get that roast beef at the beginning, and it's better too, so why not? And I do pretty much need it at this point, but I'd rather use this chicken here. And this is getting pretty chaotic right now. Let's use this. And hey, D-King, how's it going? We had a pretty crazy stream earlier. With Super Castlevania 4. It was a hot day of CastleMAYnia action. Give me beef. Thanks for giving me a cross after I already got the fixed spawn. And it's for, oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Okay. That was scary. This stuff is always scary. Alright. The hard part done. Whoa. What was with the back jump? I need to pick up some jewels, such as this one. Because it costs 5 jewels for every cross. Alright, now we got a few in stock. And we'll head over here. I think it's better to come around this way. Get a good look at this guy. Get a good toss in. Bats here. Always cause some slowdown while the werewolf is coming at you. We're just optimized pathfinding here. Oops. That's a holy water. Yeah. See ya. We might find him at the bottom, or he might have drowned. Yes, in the world of Castlevania, skeletons can drown. Maybe it implies that skeletons are actually just full human beings with invisible flesh. Like, they just look like skeletons because that's the only part that you can see. But they do actually have bodies and lungs and muscles and stuff like that. And that's how they actually move around. Just being really careful with this stuff because I don't want to do it again. And that's still holy water. The bomb skeleton that throws bones. That's a weird one. Whoa, that hit 2 skeletons behind me. That's crazy. Alright, the werewolf. Bill's just hanging out. Back here, right? I'm not going back too far, am I? Always throws me, this part, because there's a lot of backtracking. Did I get back too far? I did. Well, that was at least 30 seconds of time loss. It's the gate that opens. I don't know why I forgot that. And there's another roast beef over there that I'll get after I hit the switch. They're handy just for safety, even though we're going to be really trying to not take hits as much as possible. Because every time we go out of our way to pick up an item, and every time we have to go into the menu and use an item, adding like a minimum of 30 seconds. And on to the big boner fight. Big motorcycle boner. What? You. Oh, you're still alive? Get out of here. 3. Thank you for the jewel. Luckily, the motorcycles don't respawn. 2, 3. One, 2, 3. Greedy. Okay, I thought he was gonna hit me with his feet, but 1, 2, 3. Scary bomb skeletons. 1. Get these freaking beat bones out of the way. 3. And we're good. Forest of Silence, 13 minutes. That actually is one of the longer stages. Safety save here in case I die and select the wrong menu option. Has this happened before? And now we get to one of the scarier platforming stages. Probably is, actually. The Tower of Execution really isn't that bad. This stage has like more simultaneous elements going on during the jumping. Like you've got the guillotines and the bone tower. Oh, come on. That's annoying. I thought it triggered earlier than that. It seemed weird how long it takes to trigger. I'd love to get a run where I don't die in this stage. It's been such a long time. Because now we're dealing with power down. Which throws all my timing. Just gotta be aware of it. Yeah, 8 hits to kill a bone tower. Okay, so that time it fell when I expected it to. And I got Medusa headed. The second death matters less than the first, because the power down is really what hurts. I'm gonna try skipping that bone tower. I don't think I can really skip this one though. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Timing is off. Now it's where I want it. This one doesn't have a guillotine. Could have just gone. It is really ugly. Okay, at least we got one power up. Before the white dragon. Try to fight him from over here. Don't know why I'm not hitting him. Fight. Always so messy. Alright, we took a lot of damage, but survived. Well, we've got healing items. And there's a fixed power-up drop coming up, so we don't need any more of those. I was praying that he wouldn't pick up the knife there, sitting on the other side of the switch. And there's some chicken up here I'm going to grab while the gate is coming down. We're not doing any skips here. I never do that skip. I think this is Jules. Which will be useful. That's a lot of them. Holy crap, it's a lot of them. And here's our power up. Stop doing the side jump. Get the key. Safety save. Because this is supposed to be the hard tower, but I swear these days I die on the first tower more than I die on the left, or I die on the right tower more than I die on the left tower. It's always just remembering where the guillotines are. One, two, three, four, five. 5 hits with the full power whip. Alright, just gonna do this safe. Not jump. Wait, did that hit me? No. One, two, three, four, five. That's not the right timing. This one we use the cross. What? It whiffed because of the fireball? And yeah, no real issues with the second tower. Didn't need the moon card. I'm not sure why my timing's so off, but normally I need the moon card there. Oh yeah, that's right. He opens it during the cutscene. Don't remember if it's chicken or money in this. Alright, it's chicken. And I'm going to safety save even though it's really unnecessary. Now we head back down. Onto the villa. Now things chill out for a while. So that was, what, like about 8 minutes on that stage. Felt like a lot longer than that. I don't know what battle view is trying to look at right now. Where did he go? Dang, why is my timing so screwed up? I'm gonna have to wait for Rosa for a really long time. What did I do wrong here? Why didn't I need the moon card? The deaths shouldn't have had any effect. I'm trying to think if there's any better way to use the time we're going to spend waiting here. Like, what else? I guess we could get the storeroom key, but we don't really need the storeroom key, actually. You can definitely do the vampire fight. He went down easy. So we gotta wait till 3 a.m. here to get Rosa to spawn. There's no point in doing Vincent early. Because then he'll just be asleep after we do Rosa. I guess I can get the chicken in here. Won't hurt. May as well get the storeroom key. Even though it's totally unnecessary. I mean, we can talk to Renan. Again, I don't know that this is necessarily speeding anything up, but we'd be standing around waiting during this period anyway. There's a purifying. Gonna buy a cure ampule. Buy 2. Time doesn't pass in the shop, but we need to do this anyway. Buy all the sun cards we can. No sense in going outside to the maze. We don't have the key. Is this door locked by the archives key, or is it the door on the other side of it? Oh, it's the door on the other side, so we can do the vampire fight too. I better heal. This is gonna be a while before this end of the stage. And crack open the storeroom. I think there's a chicken in here. Yeah, there's chicken and beef. Safety save again. Only takes 5 seconds. And now let's head back out to the courtyard, hopefully by midnight, so we can get the fountain secret. So there's no way that we saved time by doing that stuff, or by needing to go out of our way to, do that stuff to kill time before 3 a.m. But I think it may have mitigated the time loss from coming to this area at a weird time because of something else I did wrong that I'm actually not sure about at this point. Grab all that stuff. And now we'll just head in and wait for Rosa. Hey, Malone. Stopping by before bed. Yeah, I decided I'm going to have a 2-day weekend this week, so I'm going to actually play some Castlevania 64, as I like to do. Alright, so now we've only got about 2 minutes to kill here. We've been in this stage for 7 minutes now, about. Yep. Almost 3. There we go. Rosa causes Vincent to snap out of it and realize that he has a key in his pocket. And Vincent would normally be asleep in bed at night, but since we haven't had our first encounter with him, he's not. Talk to him after the cutscene again. Get his worthless key. And now we can head to the archives and get moving with the rest of the stage. Wow, look, the table and chairs is back, and the mirror is unbroken. It's magic. Yep, let's go gaming. CastleMAYnia. Alfonso, you missed a pretty big Super Castlevania 4 event this afternoon. You better check the VODs. There's a crazy race. It was off the chain. Alright, so now we have the Maze Garden key. Happy Mother's Day to Reinhardt Schneider and all the mothers in chat. And all the mothers of those in chat. Alright, this is a weird run of the villa, but whatever. So we're not going to do the garden skip. Not doing any of the skips. Beginning with Bass Stream. Yeah, it was a rough start. No, you didn't miss all that much of the run. We're only a half hour into it. We're just getting started. It's only stage 3. Alright, so this is where I often make a mistake and go left. That's where you don't want to follow him because he crawls under a path that you can't fit in. And now we've got a head of Malice in the process of chasing him, which doesn't normally happen, so that really shows how proficient we've become at speedrunning the maze. Oh no, that's a countdown timer, not a count up timer. I always prefer countdown timers. Can't remember the last time one of these dogs caught me. Wow. Wait, did I go through the wrong door? Where am I? No, I'm good. No, I did go through the wrong door. Nah, damn it. Everything's screwed now. What happened there? Wait, did I go through the wrong door? Now I'm confused. The maze has got me. This is one hell of a sloppy run. This is why we need practice runs. Oh man, I'm so lost in the maze at this point. I kind of want to just, like, suicide and go back to the save point. There he is. I was in the right spot. Okay. Practice tomorrow now. Yeah, that's what we're doing. That's why this was an unscheduled stream. We're working our way back into the Castlevania 64 game. You gotta remember that when I set that 2 hours, 19-minute record and I did the deathless run, that was like a full month of playing Castlevania 64 every single day. Or like at least every other day. So I was very well rehearsed at the game at that point. And I went 6 months basically without playing it at all. That's why we're working our way back in. We did the story run last weekend. This is more of a warm-up for the real 2-hour run. That was really not a necessary safety save there. Again, it doesn't really matter because it only costs us 5 seconds, but there's absolutely nothing that can kill us between that white jewel and the next one. Probably should actually go through the second door here because of all the slowdown when you enter this ghost room. It's one of those special rooms. For dinner, I had a massive club sandwich, ham, turkey, bacon, lettuce, tomato, cheese, mayo, toasted white bread with jalapeno kettle chips. Alright, what kind of cheese was it though? And what kind of, oh, it was white bread. Okay. Was it like the 3 layers of bread, as is traditional with a club sandwich? I think club sandwiches are kind of dumb, personally. But still good. The 3-layer thing with the toothpicks, yeah, it's a goofy premise, but you know what? All the ingredients are good. It's just a sandwich. I can't complain. Congratulations. But I had a much better dinner. Save the toothpicks for last. It's your little treat. Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. First you pick your teeth, then you chew them up, swallow them down for some extra fiber. But for dinner, I had a chimichanga with chicken and rice and beans and avocado and some chips. Yep, it was hella good. Alright, can I not get hit by the drill attack for once, or am I just fated to never dodge that move? You know how you know this is a fake out boss fight? Because it doesn't use boss view. Okay, that was a really good vampire. Oh wait, this one doesn't use boss view either? Is Jewel still here? Not despawned. Oh, you and your mist form. Like a vampire. They're great, but depending on where you can get it from, they can be a little too greasy. I agree with you, and this one actually kind of had the opposite problem, that it wasn't fried quite crispy enough. Well, I don't know if that's really the opposite problem, but it's a different problem. It was still good, but it definitely needed a bit more crunchiness to it. Not really crunchiness, but just crispiness, yeah. It was just a bit too soft. So we actually ordered takeout Mexican food with my mom because that's what she wanted tonight. So I just, picked it up and we all had dinner. But my mom apparently has never had anything even approximating like normal Mexican food. So when she ordered it, I don't know how this is possible. I feel like she has to know this. But when she ordered it, she ordered street tacos, like I don't know what it was called on the menu, like queso fresco tacos or something like that. Um, and she like asked for corn tortillas, and when she got it, she was like all confused. She was like, "Why are there so many onions on it? And why are the tortillas all soft? And why isn't there like lettuce and tomato and cheddar cheese?" And I was like, "When was the last time you ordered a taco, Mom? Like regular Mexican restaurants like that serve this type of like taco have been around for like 15 years now. Like, do you really?" And also the menu description says, "Hey V4," and also the menu description says what is on it. So I don't know why she was so confused that it wasn't like a Taco Bell taco, because I would think that she would know better than that. Anyway, she put her own shredded cheddar cheese on it and took off most of the onions, which I thought was funny. Personally, I'm not a huge fan of that kind of street taco anyway. Oh man, I got lost in the maze again. Is this right or is this wrong? Sad taco story, yeah. My parents sometimes, I don't know, they're getting older. You know, aging catches up with you. Oh no, we're going the right way. It's all good. Oh, I hate when they come down with you. They don't know what true tacos are. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, I like an American style taco with the crunchy shell and the cheddar cheese and the lettuce and all that shit. But, like, I was surprised that she thought that, like, going or, like, getting takeout from a Mexican restaurant, that was what she was going to get. There's a whole variety, yeah. Alright, go get yourself a drink. Life finds a way. What would be your favorite variety of taco? V4? Alright, gondola ride. This part's always scary as hell. Carne asada tacos? Yeah, that'd be a good pick. Sounds good to me. Alright, kind of stay on the right side of the platform so the scrapers don't hit you. Make sure your crosses land. And now deal with the stupid ghosts for what feels like 8 hours. Jumping when you whip them actually does help a lot, though. Instead of standing, you gotta get on their level. Come on, blue platform, let's go. Alright, and now we just got the second ride, which is the harder part with more ghosts. I guess it moves faster. Yeah, it's always scary. The cross targeting. A quesadilla, a huge one with carne asada, chopped onions and cilantro, and with salsa and guacamole. That's your favorite taco? Isn't that a quesadilla? Oh, God. Alright, well, quesadillas are hella good. I used to come home from school and make quesadillas all the time when I was a kid. Just cheese and tortillas. Fry it in a pan. Alright, and can't wait to get off of this because I got gondola anxiety right now. Stupid ghost. Birria tacos. What the? Did the ghost hit me through the floor again? God, I hate the ghost enemies. Come on, how are they still following me up here? I gotta do platforming, man. Get out of here. Alright, that's a scary jump. That's actually... I forgot that I have a new strat for this part, and it's not that. You can actually jump all the way to this platform from the initial ledge. Seafood with beer batter. And now left, I think, and now left again. Okay. For once, we didn't get stuck in the maze. And as usual, can use a sun card here. Seafood with beer batter, what, like with some cabbage on it? That's usually a good one. Oh, I forgot to do a time check after the villa. It's been 25 minutes. 26 minutes for the villa plus the tunnels. Which is long, unfortunately. Alright, Castle Center. This went badly in our last practice run. Try not to screw it up here. And of course, we're doing the vampire fights during the daytime. Not going to be sparing on jewels because we can always farm for them if necessary. Stop picking up the gold. The jewel is taller. Why don't you grab that first? So that room is gated by the enemies, like pretty much any room with vampires. I'll get that roast beef later, because I feel like we're close to fully stocked. And hopefully I'll have used one by the time we get back to that room again. Like, we'll be in that room a lot of times before the end of the run. So let's get the Mandragora over here first. Or Nitro. I always use the wrong name. Oh, great. Be a little bit more careful this time. I don't remember if you have to kill this guy. Okay, you don't. Good. So he takes a few hits. Just gotta remember that he's still alive when I backtrack through that room. I'm getting bit by a lot of vampires here. Jewel? It's not worth picking up the money as well. We're not gonna get the Zeppelin beef, sadly. I'm not even gonna bother getting the cards in this room. Mostly because I don't remember which corner is the sun card. And we definitely don't need a moon card. This room, just ignore the whole thing. Go straight through the door. Obviously, we do a safety save before picking up the Nitro. Yep, just running won't cause an explosion. But if you explode, the story will end. Alright, so this is the hard Nitro, which is why I do this one first. Here, don't actually need to kill the armor knights. just draw them away from the door. 'Cause if you get hit once, the story will be over. But they take a long time to fight. Vampires won't have respawned. Watch out for the guy that I left alive. And of course you can't take the shortcut in hard mode. Let's go. Just don't rush too much. Alright, let's get on the walkway. And now the scary ass gears. You never see gears like this in the clock tower. You'd think they could bring this element back. Ratcheting up the tension. So what would we start the stage at? 113 on the timer? I don't do the whole splits thing, because I don't feel like setting up an extra program and shit. Doesn't matter. Can always rewatch the video if I want to see. Alright. God, it's so scary every time. Here, I think maybe Legacy of Darkness adds an Armor Knight here or something. I thought that hard mode, one of the statues in that room came alive in hard mode, but it might be a Legacy of Darkness thing, or I might just be completely misremembering. So not gonna stop and get the roast beef yet. I mean, that room there is the very last room you visit in the castle center before you leave, so we can leave that roast beef as long as we want. That always scares me because you can't see the steps as you walk into the room. And here we gotta be really careful with these motorcycle skeletons. Drag him around that way, then cut on the left side of the pillar. Try to get out before he catches up to you. It's cool that you can use the like stereo sound to tell which direction the motorcycle skeleton is coming from. And yeah, that's good for the first nitro. The hard nitro, so that is out of the way. Now I can go do the other one and get the torture room key. Then we do the 2 mandragoras. Castle Center is by far the longest part of the game. And actually, I'm gonna go ahead and use a sun card right now, because it just became night and we're gonna have to fight those vampires again. And I'll use a roast beef while I'm in the menu. Yeah, I saw that coming. Oh, the vampires didn't respawn yet. Okay, thought they'd be back. Well, we will have to fight them at least once more. Still gonna leave that roast beef a little bit longer. We're aging it. It's being dry aged in there. And that block of stone. You know, people were complaining about this game not having wall meat, but it does. That right there where you destroy the stone is the wall meat. Alright, so arguably this is a skip. If we can despawn the lizard men. Just listen until the doors stop opening. Yeah, we did. Despawn them. Normally you have to kill all the lizard men there to go through that door. Yeah, let's do a safety save because we successfully completed the hard nitro. More vampires. That was weird. Cross, I think, interrupted the biting. Whatever, I don't even care what you guys are gonna drop. Now we can talk to the lizard man. Yeah, blah blah blah, I'm human. Wah. I know I need this stuff. Who doesn't know that a Mandragora plus a magical nitro will destroy a cracked wall? Malice. Save before we pick up the nitro in case some kind of aneurysm. Press the jump button. Like a mandatory safety training that they make you go through every time before you pick up a nitro. Alright, and now we never have to touch nitros again. 1, 2, 3, 4. These vampires, yeah, always come back. Again, gotta kill them to make it through the room. So I'm actually gonna stop and kill some stained glass men for jewels because we are pretty low. I think both these torches have jewels. Alright, that's good enough for now. We'll get more next time we pass through. I guess I should just be grabbing or killing those guys every time we pass through, instead of saving it for later to farm. There is a jewel in that torch, but it's so hard to grab it without hitting the save gem that I'm not even going to bother with it. Oh, we got 64 red jewels. Castlevania 64 reference. And yeah, once you hear a door open, it means they start spawning. Run over here and face the wall and just pray that they go away. I don't hear more doors opening. That's not good. Or maybe it worked. Alright. It's kind of BS that I allow myself to do that skip, but none of the others, because I did not figure that out myself. It's definitely something that I picked up from watching a speedrun. But, I don't know, I just don't like that room. Fighting those lizard men 4 times is really tedious. Alright, the vampires should be back by now, right? Yeah. Ah, get off. How'd she get up there? she was really cooperative. And it's 3 in the afternoon, so soon I'm gonna need to use another sun card. Which motorcycle will hit me this time? Another set of vampires. Castle Center, of course, is full of vampires. They're like the main enemy in the Castle Center, really. But you don't really see a lot of them after this point in the game. I'm trying to think. Do you see any of them? The Duel Tower, the Tower of Execution, the Clock Tower, those don't have vampires. So, actually, are vampires only in the villa and the Castle Center? This Mandragora needs to go all the way back up. Still leaving the beef for later. It's too bad the castle wall was so messy, and I guess the villa was kind of crappy too, because the castle center is going exceedingly well. Even if I don't get these lizard men despawns again, like just getting it twice is good in and of itself. Yeah, I think they're gone. And it's time for a sun card. Yep, that's 3 lizard skips. And the no skip run. Grab some more jewels as I pass through here. We're only gonna pass through this room one more time before we're done with the castle center. I actually need to use a healing item to be safe. It needs roast beef again since we have more of them. That jewel's probably worth picking up. Small red jewel is just 5 jewel points, if you will, and every cross costs 5. So 1 small red jewel is just 1 use of the cross. 1 large red jewel is 2 uses. Alright, ready for blasting. And I think this is beef. I think this is another place where Legacy of Darkness adds an armor knight. This guy doesn't have anything in him, right? Yeah. Alright, the library. Kind of a nothing room. It's cool looking, but you don't actually fight anything here. And there are no traps either. This is kind of a puzzle. You have to figure out that you can climb up into the attic here. And let's place the statues of different materials under their father, the sun. Hell yeah, let's line up the goddesses. Gold 2, red 4, blue 8. Now the seal is broken. We can use the second Mandragora. Honestly, I remember the 248 less by the colors of the planets and more so by it's just the first three powers of 2. 2 to the first, 2 squared, and 2 cubed. That was weird with the camera. 1, 2, 3, 4. Another vampire fight. I don't know why these ones respawn so much compared to the others. The electrical sound when they're charging their projectiles, kind of goofy. And see if we can get the last little red jewel drop here. Almost maxed out. The castle center is really the last stage in the game where you have any control over how many red jewels that you're going to pick up, and it's really kind of the last place where you're going to get many at all. They will show up in the later stages as you kill enemies, but it's just not reliable and there aren't that many potential spawns. So you're pretty limited on sub-weapon use from here on, which is challenging because the sub-weapon is very useful, especially in the boss fights to come. Like the Rosa fight, the Dracula fight, it'd be great to be able to, and the death fight, it'd be great to be able to spam crosses, but you just can't. Don't have the ammo for it. Gotta pick and choose. One more time, passing up that roast beef. You get through that room so many times. This is the kind of stage that, like, when you're initially playing the game, it's probably gonna stretch out over a couple sessions of gameplay. Like, when you're still exploring and figuring out where everything goes, take hours. Alright, great vampire fight. It's the last time we'll have to face them. Next time we go into that room, it'll be a different vampire lady waiting for us. Last Mandragora. And now we're gonna go break the wall. We'll be able to save after that. And then we'll fight the beast. I'm actually, after I do this save, I'm gonna pause and take a quick bathroom break. Ready for blasting part 2? Wow, it's a gigantic magical gem. I wonder if that powers the elevator. Weird. Alright, I'm just gonna pause. I'm gonna pause the timer, and I'll be right back in 2 minutes. Okay, I'm back. Continuing the timer. And yeah, with the beast fight, as a matter of fact, I'm just gonna use a chicken right now and fill up on health because the beast fight, in theory, like the rest of the boss fights from here on, shouldn't be that threatening because we just got a lot of health items stocked up. We can use them if we need them. But he does a lot of damage with certain attacks. And he's kind of the origin of In-Orb in need of roast beef. Because sometimes if I don't closely pay attention to my health after each time I get hit, I'd end up dying from like what I thought was a perfectly safe amount of health. I don't know why I threw across there. That's useless against him. Alright, his pants are off. It'd be best to just continue taking his legs down. Here's what I go for first. So you can get rid of his back legs and he starts crawling around. He becomes a lot less dangerous. Well, actually, it kind of may as well just end the fight at that point. But Reinhardt really doesn't like to target the legs once the pants are off. Come on. Alright, nice. Yeah, I try not to hit his intestines. They don't want to get sprayed. Health is actually going up. It's weird. I'm having trouble targeting the head, so I'm just going to keep spamming here. This is an unusual last phase fight, but last phase of the fight, but it's fine. Alright, so something I'm going to do here that I don't normally do in runs. I'm going to save after the beast. Just in case anything wacky happens with Rosa or at the beginning of the duel tower. I've had previous runs where I ended up replaying the beast fight. As a matter of fact, the 2 hours and 19 minutes run, I had to replay the beast and Rosa fights. So let's take the extra 30 seconds or minute. Throw down a safety save. We're almost out of the castle center now. One more boss fight. Whoa. He turned fast. And I don't think the day-night cycle affects the boss fights, as far as I can tell. Oh my god. Every time I want to jump, I'm getting a side step, and every time I want to sidestep, I'm getting a jump. Alright, this is a crappy Rosa fight. Needing to use roast beef. Those flame roses, though, are just kind of ridiculous to try to dodge. That's why I don't even bother trying to do a lot of the dodging in this fight. He doesn't have that much health. Oh, come on. Stop doing that same attack. Alright. In-Orb. 2 roast beefs against Rosa. Well, let's trade off for a great beast fight. Terrible Rosa fight. Still, she's a short match. You might say, like, oh, it's because she's a girl. Oh, it's so sexist. Oh, weak girl character. But, like, the previous boss was a 30-foot tall, 60-foot long, gigantic bull monster. I don't think a girl or a boy would really be able to stand up to that. In terms of lifespan. Alright. So we finally got that wall meat. We're maxed out on red jewels, as we like to be. Leaving the castle center. It's morning. And we're headed off to the duel tower. So the castle center, what did I say? We started it at 1:13. Actually, let's just, once again, safety save here. So about 30 minutes for the castle center. Pretty much what I expect. Whoa. Whoa. Oh, gotta remember to switch to battle view here. Is slightly helpful. The Were Jaguar, just kind of keep it whip's length. Where did it fall? Okay. Ooh, that was a little scary. Alright, so this stage has the scariest platforming in the game. It is not, like, nothing in it is timing based. You can take as much time as you want to set up these jumps. But they're all, well, actually that's not entirely true because of these swinging blades, but the thing is, what gets you here is that it's all about your precise analog inputs. So you jump far enough to cross the gap and reach the ledge. But you don't want to jump too far and get like a flying leap and then not get the ledge grab. Or like run off the edge as you're trying to make it up to the next step. Forgot to switch to battle view again. The werewolf, you kind of just let him slide kick and then jump over him. Then whip him. He's the easiest. Switch back to normal view. Yeah, you just don't want to get... There's just a bit of touchiness to the angles here. Sometimes think you landed fine. Or you think you made the jump fine, but then he ends up not grabbing the ledge. Whoa, that's not what I wanted to do. One more jump over the low one, wait for the camera to turn around. That part is tricky when you first play the stage. You would think that you'd have to jump across there, and you actually can jump across, but then you reach a dead end. And it's probably when you're backtracking that you notice those steps down, hopefully. I think I got stuck there for a while when I came back to the game last October. This is totally free. These do sink, but all you gotta do is not stop. That's a knife. Yep. See, you'd think that that jump would be fine, but it was not quite long enough. Gotta get those parabolas right. So here it looks like you want to go in the direction the camera is facing, but again, actually what you want to do is turn around and not in the exact wrong spot like I just did. Okay, I need to heal. I can't take any more hits from these things. Crouch and jump and use this little tongue platform. Switch to battle view. Whoa, that was a crazy throw. The were-tiger, you want to use the quick turn. Make a good distance. Because he just follows you. Stalks you like a jungle cat. Back to normal view. Now I've got the last set of stair-step platforms. The ones that look like they're made of leopard skin or tiger skin or something, or pelts. I think is appropriate given that we're fighting were-tigers and other beast men. Alright, and this is just a pretty scary jump in general. Get it all lined up, get my timing right. Hang on. Come up, crouch. Slide. No, don't fall. Oh my god. Let's just recenter here. Doesn't matter if I get hit. Alright. I was too anxious to get over the gap there and didn't wait for the blade to pass by. Nighttime, I don't really think that matters for the Tower of Execution, but still gonna use the sun card. We've got a few left. So that was, what, about 7 minutes for the dual tower. It's a quick stage, so is the Tower of Execution. So from here on, we really need to not die. A death is kind of going to kill the run at this point, because there's no longer any way to power the whip back up except to get insanely lucky on a bone pillar kill. Or bone tower, or whatever. Slowdown is unreal. Ignore those bone towers to the left. Come around this corner. The retracting platform cycle begins as soon as you land on the first one. So it should always work out to the same timing. Wait as long as possible to make the jumps. Okay. I thought I might be able to get away from the bat, but it doesn't matter. These bats, just don't jump into them. And we're going to be safe and kill these bone towers. What are they? Are they bone pillars or bone towers? I can't even remember anymore. Once again, just be safe with this guy. Really, the safest way to kill it would be a cross, but as I discussed earlier, I'm saving red jewels because there's no reliable way to get them. I could have made it there, but safety first. And a death is kind of a run ender at this point. But not so much so that we're not going to stop to make a save. And at least not have to redo that stuff. Still, we'll finish the run, even if I do take a death here. As painful as those Dracula fights will be. Alright, so this one is far enough back that you can't kill him with the whip through the blades. So, I'm gonna run by, but I'm still gonna stop to kill him. Because I don't want anything weird coming at me from behind. I hope the blade's not coming. Alright, it's not. Red skeleton. Whoa. Didn't die. That's very unusual. Alright, I'm gonna wait till that one extends to get on there. Because we've got until the full cycle of the next platform ends before we actually need to go. Throw across. Oh, it missed. No. That screws me. Alright, we gotta restart the cycle. Cross missing throws everything off. Can't make that jump with that bone tower still there. Way too risky. Alright, so wait till the blade swings out of the way. Get the last retracting platform. Wait till it gets far enough out that you're past. Whoa. Nice sidestep, Reinhardt. Come on, man. And try to get up here before the red skeleton hits you. No, we're in boner lock. Alright, I got out. You suck. And the final bone pillar. May as well take a little reward. Alright, that's the first time in a long time we've done the Tower of Execution without any deaths, and it only takes about 4 minutes. The Room of Clocks, I don't remember. I think most of these candles have jewels in, sub-weapons in them. Don't remember if any of them have jewels, but I guess I'll double check. No, they don't. Alright. Now we're ready for the death fight. 32 minutes going into death. And I'm going to be willing to throw some crosses here. He's not doing his charge in attack. It's usually where you get the most damage in. He really just wants to throw sickles right now. Alright. In orb. Alright, here we go. What? You're supposed to fly up when I hit you with the whip. There it is. That's more like it. And just one more hit. Oh, come on, don't target the sickles. Target death. Alright. That was an okay death fight, but the fact that I had powered up whip versus, recently when we've been fighting him without that made it so much easier. And this is a stage transition, but I'm still gonna save. Get my health back. So that was about 2 minutes for the Room of Clocks. 30 minutes going in the clock tower, so we can definitely do it under 2 hours, but it's really going to come down to, we need to play well from here, like it's close. Gonna need a good clock tower and gonna need a good Dracula. A death in the clock tower is really gonna hurt because that's gonna be that power down. We can make it to Dracula without powering down. I think we should be able to make the goal. Wait, do I have to do the other side first? Great, now I don't remember. I can't fit under here, huh? Alright, so I do need to go back, work my way back down to get the key. These red skeletons that are added for hard mode are really annoying here. Alright, there's the key. I do actually think it's easier to do it the way I just did, though, by coming up the other side and then going down to get the key versus trying to come up and get through that red skeleton, just throwing bones at you while you're trying to climb the gears. I'm gonna use a sun card just cause I like the daylight, I guess I could say. Being really safe. Gonna take out these extra bone pillars on the side, and I will grab this jewel. Gives me 2 more crosses, and one of them will be useful there. Oh, what? Didn't kill him? And we don't really need one for this guy. Man, I can't believe the one across the room woke up. Oh no! Didn't get the ledge grab on the gear. Alright. Well, back to fighting Dracula without whip power up. So now it's a time crunch for sure. No luck on getting a power-up drop. I'm just gonna jump back to this one. It's an unusual place to die, but it can happen anywhere in the clock tower. And I'm going to use a chicken for safety, because there are times, like, you take fall damage, it scales with distance, so a large fall isn't necessarily a death, unless you're low on health. So, like, from this height, I'm pretty sure we would take fall damage, but not enough to be a guaranteed kill. Alright, so you get to the brown part, jump down. Get the key over here, and I'm gonna go down to the floor and kill these bone pillars. I have a lot of health right now. Sadly, I don't think their fireballs can drop items. I'd love to be proven wrong there, though. Because milking these guys would be so much easier than milking Dracula. Can you only kill them when their mouth is open? Is that why it's so irregular how many hits it takes? Have I been missing that all this time? That was awkward. It's awkward again, but at least I made it that time. And there's the clock tower. That was what, another 7 minutes? I think it was it 28 minutes when we entered, or was it 30? Five minutes or 7 minutes, but we did lose power, so we've got 23 minutes left to do the Dracula fights. Should be able to do them in that time, but they are long fights. The last phase can kill you surprisingly. I went the wrong direction through that door. How did I get turned around by the cutscene? That's a first. But yeah, I'm not going to intentionally milk power-ups from Dracula. It's just that the fight is going to go on for a long time, and I'm going to try to get as many as I can. Last time I tried to wait around for them, it took like 15 minutes on the first phase alone. I've saved up plenty of crosses for the second phase. So here we go. Final save. Did the fireballs, but I was too close to hit them. I think I'm just gonna stick with normal view. You do need to jump to hit him. You know, it doesn't seem like that should be necessary. Sometimes the whip will still miss, even though it looks like it's making contact. Roast chicken. Better than nothing, but not much better than nothing. Yeah, like that was an instance where if I really wanted to milk, I would run away and hope they shot fireballs, but the fight is going to be so long that I'm not going to intentionally draw it out. And when he does like a projectile animation from far away, since I don't know if it's going to be the fireballs or the flamethrower, I just stay far. Because I don't want to get hit by the flamethrower. And then if it is the fireballs, then I'll attack them. Oh, there's one power up. That one is very helpful. Give us some extra whip length. Oh, the cross actually does good damage. Maybe I should use it on the first phase. Just want to keep my health up here. Shockwave is a good time to hit him at medium distance. And the vacuum breath is good for hitting him. Like when he does that, it's kind of safe to hit him from any distance. The shockwave, I don't want to run in and try to get a hit in for the most part. Wanna give me one more fireball, buddy? Yeah. I went for the jump in, didn't work. And yeah, see that time it looked like it hit him, but didn't. I think it's just because I was too low in the jump arc. I was basically already on the ground when I swung the whip, so it didn't hit high enough. I think that might be what's been confusing me about these hits in the past. Not only do you have to be in the air, you actually have to be at a certain height to land the hit. Of course, he would do the bite move right on top of me just before he dies. Safety chicken. Power up. Perfect. Alright, that's first phase down. That was a good time, like 4 minutes, I think. Is it 20? The timer at 20 when we started that. So timer's at about 15. There's going to be at about 15 when we start the next phase. And we've got lots of crosses left, which is great. And just because I want to, I'm going to use a sun card. Look, it made the sky brighter. Feels more hopeful now. Yep, Malice. Crumbling stairs aren't really something that you should be able to screw up. Of course, you can die there, but as long as you jump, you'll be way ahead of the pace of the crumbling. So, thankfully, I'm at max whip power. But I'm going to try to use crosses as much as possible. I don't know why that one didn't hit. What the heck? Don't tell me the cross doesn't hurt the second form. I don't think that's how it works. Yeah, for some reason it's just like I was too far away for it to hit. Awkward. Roast beef. It's gonna be close. 13 minutes left. This guy can easily take 5 minutes, if not longer. Cross has not helped me out as much as I thought. I probably should have used it on the first form. Oh, that wasn't a hit? You're kidding me. Alright, we got 2 hits in there, though. And a free chicken. Alright, warping right next to me is great. I don't care if I get hit. Alright, I wasn't sure if that could hit you twice, and now I know, so I gotta be more careful. Got a lot of beef left, but the final form does a ton of damage per hit. I don't think that hit him. Alright, the targeting is screwing me right now. Just 2 more hits, I think. It just occurred to me that this form doesn't actually bite you. It doesn't do any health draining, which is great. So awkward. Anyway, he's dead. We got 11 minutes for the final form. Yeah, see how much damage that does? Really need to keep our health at 3/4 or higher. I'm not sure why I'm not hitting right now. Alright, I need to run away when I get out of the menu. The fact that he spawned those dragons so early is really annoying. I did actually kill both of them somehow. Magic of auto-targeting. I think we're good. We've got plenty of roast beef left, and he's mostly dead. super safe here because we got plenty of time left. Alright, that's it. That is time over. In 1 hour, 50 minutes, and 18 seconds. That is a new PB. In a practice run, no less. It's too bad I don't even mind that I took a bathroom break, because even including the bathroom break, it was still under 2 hours. CastleMAYnia Miracle. Alright, we crushed the 2-hour goal, which I knew we could, because in the 2 hour and 19 minutes run, I made so many mistakes, and I was missing a bunch of optimizations. I knew we could do at least 20 minutes better than that, which is why I set the goal to 2 hours. But we did 30 minutes better than the previous best. It's crazy. If there was a no skip category, I think we would be #1 at this point. And this run still had a bunch of major errors in it. 1 hour and 45 minutes is 100% plausible. I mean, I think 1 hour and 30 minutes is plausible with no skip, but it will require like a really perfect run and maybe a few more optimizations. Yeah, world record for the non-existent category. I don't even know if there's a hard category for this game. I think it's safe to say that this stream is currently the hottest place for Castlevania 64 content on Twitch. Are carry runs harder than Reinhardt? I really don't know. They play 3 different stages. Instead of the tunnels, Carrie has the underground waterway, which I think is shorter than the tunnels, because it doesn't have that auto-scrolling gondola part. Instead of the dual tower, she has the Tower of Wizardry, which is probably a little bit easier. I don't know if it's shorter, but probably easier. Instead of the Tower of Execution, she has the Tower of Science, and I guess the Tower of Science is the equivalent of the Dual Tower, and the Tower of Execution is the Tower of Wizardry, so I don't know how the length compares for those stages. I think Carrie's stages, I think the Tower of Sorcery is harder than the Dual Tower, probably. Or, sorry, the Tower of Science is harder than the Dual Tower, but the Tower of Execution is harder than the Tower of Wizardry. So, that all is to say, I don't know if her runs are shorter or longer, but I find Carrie really annoying to play. I don't enjoy that, so. But you will see most of the runs are Carrie that people do for whatever weird reason. I just think Reinhardt's a lot more fun.